Hi there and welcome back. Let's review anorexia nervosa. Anorexia nervosa is an eating disorder, and various literature out there and people use so frequently that oh, she is anorexic and things like that. But for insurance purpose and medically speaking, there are four criteria that has to be met to be labeled someone as having this disease of eating disorder called anorexia nervosa. So first and foremost criteria is the fact that there is a refusal to maintain an ideal body weight. So the body weight is reduced below a minimally normal level for the age and height defined as 15% below standard weight or a BMI less than 17.5. And the way this happens, there are two routes that individual takes. First route is either restrict certain foods, I cannot eat this or this, or I cannot eat for X number of hours, etc. That's one route by restricting the food intake. Or the second route is binge and purge. So the binging and purging is the second route that is taken by the individual who ends up having this disease. You may not have heard the binge, but that's where the individual we call binge or binging. That's the situation where you eat more amount of food in less amount of time. For that, the medical term is binge or binging. And purge or purging is when you force yourself to throw up. That's purging. So that's the second route that has been taken to arrive at the first criteria, and that is the refusal to maintain an ideal body weight. So either restrict the food intake or binge and purge. So that's the first and foremost criteria. The second criteria is the individual is having extreme fear of gaining weight, and the word extreme should be underlined because that makes this disease anorexia nervosa. So the person suffers from extreme fear of gaining weight. That's the second criteria. The third criteria is the person has distorted self-perception. So the self-perception is so distorted that it leads to the eating disorder. So that's the third criteria. And fourth criteria, in case if you are a female, would be the loss of period. So these are the four criteria that has to be met to arrive at or label as anorexia nervosa or the eating disorder that we are talking here. There are some statistics out there, and it is said and believed and reported that this disease so common that more than 200,000 US cases per year. Females account for approximately 95% of cases of this eating disorder. The disorder rarely begins before puberty or after age 40. The mean age of onset is 17 years. Incidence of the disorder in Western societies has increased in recent decades. This disorder may be mild but can be severe and life-threatening. Chronic disease with only about 50 to 70% recovered at 10 to 12 years range or the window. So it can go from mild to severe up to even life-threatening. So let's talk about the treatment. Treatment boils down to variety of therapies and medications. Therapies include support group, cognitive behavioral therapy, dialectical behavioral therapy, counseling, psychology, interpersonal psychotherapy, family therapy, behavior therapy. Psychotherapy could be brief psychotherapy and group psychotherapy. Variety of therapies are out there to treat this eating disorder. Medications, SSRI or selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor and antipsychotic, eases the symptoms of depressed mood and anxiety that person suffers because of this eating disorder. And there is a correlation, and you would frequently see such things in your medical records that you end up ordering while underwriting. So what are the common drugs? Citalopram, it can treat depression, and the common brand name that you will see in the medical records is Celexa. And of course, the prescription is needed. Another one, fluoxetine. It can treat depression, obsessive compulsive disorder, bulimia nervosa, and panic disorder. And again, the common brand names are very common. Prozac and Sarafem are the medications for which again you would need prescription. Antipsychotic reduces or improves the symptoms of certain psychiatric conditions, and common drugs are olanzapine. It can treat mental disorder including schizophrenia and bipolar disorder. And the common brands that you would encounter would be Zyprexa, and again for that also the prescription is needed. So talking about the treatment, therapies and medications, the individual will be working with a group of specialists ranging from nutritionist to a psychiatrist to a clinical psychologist to the primary care provider or the primary care physician who starts the process. As far as underwriting goes, it could go from mild to severe to life-threatening. So pay special attention to certain details that you may have in your file, whether it comes to the application, exam, or the medical records. Increased mortality due to dehydration, starvation, gastric rupture, electrolyte imbalance, cardiac arrhythmias, and even suicide. Amongst those recovered, high incidence of later episodes of depression and fractures due to osteoporosis you would see frequently. High incidence of coexistence psychiatric illness including anxiety, personality disorders, and depression. So while underwriting, pay special attention to the current and historical body weight, age at onset and duration of illness, mood or other associated mental and or behavioral disorders, menstrual status in females, functional capacity, single or married, any cardiovascular problems, anemia, osteoporosis, or even dental problems. Do you see what are the details when it boils down to treatment and overall compliance? So follow your company specifics and underwriting manual to arrive at the best possible offer that you can extend and go from there. So remember, anorexia nervosa is an eating disorder, and you would see a wide range of data out there, and you need to respect your company specifics and the underwriting manual your company expects you to follow. Okay, let's take a break here. See you soon. Take care. Bye now.